So I wasted 4 years in my tattoo apprenticeship when everything that I learned could have been taught in as little as 3 months. So if you want to become a tattoo artist, but all the old heads are telling you that the only way in is through an apprenticeship, let me tell you what you can actually expect. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what an apprenticeship actually looks like, and then you can decide for yourself whether or not that's the route that you would like to go. Now to start with, let me show you what most beginners think a tattoo apprenticeship is versus what you actually get. So when people think of an apprenticeship, they picture a structured learning process, kind of like becoming a sparky or a plumber. There's a curriculum, you know what you're working on every single day, and the mentor just fists decades of knowledge into your brain, and you get a head start and you learn from all their mistakes, and your career is just off to a banging start. But then you get hit with the long, hard, unlubricated dick of reality, and the truth sets in. So your mentor makes money tattooing, right? Every hour that they spend teaching you is an hour that they're not making money. So teaching you is not really their top priority. So at the beginning, they give you all the jobs that nobody wants to do, and they treat you like the absolute scum of the earth, because before they invest a single minute of real teaching in you, they want the proof that you'll stick around long enough to pay them back. Here's an example. I was talking to a guy recently who had done 2 separate 6-month stints as an apprentice in different shops, and the only thing that he learned how to do was set up a station. Take a look.
No, I learned like I was fully setting up other artist stations. So when artists would finish a tattoo while they were doing the photo and like aftercare instructions with the client, I would be flipping their station for them so that they could get their next client in and just they wouldn't have to deal with any of that shit. So I was literally like flipping stations for people.
Setting up stations is cool and stuff like that, but like, did you learn stuff about tattooing? Like, did you become a better artist?
I wouldn't say I'd say I got a lot of like art feedback and like artistic skill feedback, composition feedback. But in terms of like tattooing, I never touched a machine or like did anything like that. It was all cleaning and grunt work. And then occasionally like, hey, we'll let you touch some machines or watch us tattoo. And they tried to tell me stuff, like they were trying to tell me what they were doing, but I was like, it was lost on me. I didn't really know what they were saying, and I didn't have enough knowledge to even pick up like, oh, I know what you're talking about when you say you're using this voltage or this needle pairing and this is why you're doing it. I was like, you haven't taught me anything, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And that was it. A year. Honestly, I felt for the guy because my 4 years as an apprentice are pretty much a slow version of the same thing. I did learn a couple of things here and there, but even after 4 years. Okay, my education was still incomplete. I had to figure out how to read needle codes on my own. Nobody ever taught me the difference between the different strokes of machines. I didn't get taught how to open the skin, but when I'm doing black and gray tattoos, I paid a massive price in terms of time to get a rather average education. And if you strip away all of the tube scrubbing, all of the lunch runs, the unpaid admin, everything that I actually learned about tattooing could have been squeezed into 3 or 4 months. So my point here is that if you're doing an apprenticeship, the thing you got to realize is there's not going to be any structure or curriculum, okay? Any information that you do get is going to be slowly drip fed to keep you on the hamster wheel. And unfortunately, a lot of shops operate like this because they need somebody working for free in order for them to keep the lights on. But if you're not actually learning how to tattoo in the first, year or so, what do you actually do all day as an apprentice? Well, the reality is, despite coming to learn as a tattoo apprentice, your actual day, at least in the beginning of the process, has absolutely nothing to do with tattooing. You work the counter, you clean the toilet, scrub the tubes, clean out the storeroom. When a customer walks in all cracked out of their mind and they're tweaking hard, you've got to deal with that. When the guys want lunch, you're the guy that's got to be the delivery boy. Somebody double books an appointment, it's your fault, something breaks, you broke it and you're an idiot. And in essence, you're like the emotional punching bag for the entire studio for the duration of your apprenticeship.
After a while, my mentor, he kind of wanted me to do different things around the shop. He had his tattoo shop and then he had his own actual like merchandise store, kind of like within the same thing. And so, I went there to learn tattoos, but then after like time comes by, he's telling me, oh, I want you to fold clothes. I want you to work the front desk, be cashier. And so after kind of when I realized that he wants me to do things that I didn't come here for, that's kind of when I just started showing up.
And the entire time, you can be let go at any point for any reason, okay? There's no employment agreement, there's no unfair dismissal, there's none of that paperwork, okay? If the boss wakes up and has a shitty day one morning and decides he doesn't like you, you're done. And everything that you've put in all that time was for nothing. So the main takeaway here is that your first year in your tattoo apprenticeship is not about education, okay? It's more of an endurance test. It doesn't filter for talent, it filters for how many times they can knock you down and you'll still get up again. And unfortunately, none of that really makes you a better artist. It's just more of a tradition. And the real learning, the stuff that actually helps you succeed in the industry, doesn't even start until around the 1 year mark. So before that, you are the shop slave. Now, eventually, a lot of apprenticeships will actually start to teach you stuff, but not in the way that you think they're going to. Even when the teaching phase starts, there's no lessons. Nobody's gonna sit down next to you and say, hey, here's how you pull a clean line. Your entire education is you watch other artists tattoo and you just ask questions and figure it out. Now, the first thing that they teach you is hygiene, which sounds legit until you realize what that actually means, that you just clean up after every artist's tattoo and reset their station again and again for months. And they'll tell you it's to drum hygiene into your skull, but in reality, it's free labor, right? It doesn't take 6 months to learn how to set up a tattoo station. And we prove that because we teach in a single video inside of our Artist Accelerator program. And after that, you are allowed to watch the tattoo artists while they're tattooing and ask them questions. The problem is that you don't even know what you're looking for, okay? You don't know why they hold the machine a certain way. You don't know why they pick a flat mag over a curved one. You don't know why they bump up the voltage, change their hand speed.
With my first apprenticeship, like, he kind of just gave me his supplies literally and was like, here you go ahead. And I was like, wait, I don't know anything. I can't, like, I need structure, you know? I was lacking the building a machine education. I know nothing about traditional work, neo-traditional. Like, I know what it looks like, but I don't understand why.
And if your mentor is super, super old school, they're not even going to want to discuss, the trade secrets in front of clients because they're worried that that client will then pick up tattooing from one conversation and become their competition, despite the fact that you've been there for a year and a half and you still can't do it properly yet. But sure, the client's just going to crack it in one afternoon. The funny thing is that they're gatekeeping information that is readily available online anyway. If the client really wanted to learn how to tattoo and take their business, they just do our course. It's just one more thing that slows you down for no reason. The point here is that there's only so much that you can learn by standing behind someone and watching them tattoo. You need a machine in your hand because you learn by doing. Watching 100 fights on the UFC is not going to make you a professional fighter, okay? You learn by taking action and being in the arena, and tattooing is no different. Now, the problem with practicing tattooing is that a lot of studios either don't know that fake skin exists or they just don't believe in it. So when you finally pick up your machine for the first time, you're usually using it on your own skin, and here's what happens. You spend a year or two of your time being the shop slave. You finally get to that point where you're ready to put ink and skin on yourself. Here's the bit, right? You've got 0 reps in at this point. So you're barely better prepared than somebody on day one of a decent, online course. You are an absolute noob, even after being inside of a shop for an entire year. Sure, you can set up a station in your sleep. At this point, you would have done it by thousands of times. But actually running a machine is completely new territory, and you don't even know how to hold it properly, like in your hands. You can copy a mentor's grip, but if their hand's nothing like yours, for example, like I've got really long fingers, so there's ways that I can hold my tattoo machine that someone with like tiny little baby hands literally can't do. If the boss's, way doesn't work for you and the other artist's way doesn't work either, then you're pretty much on your own. My first ever tattooing experience was exactly like that. Okay, I did a tattoo on myself, completely unsupervised. It took me 3 hours to even just set up the machine because I was shaking so much and I was like burring the needles when I was putting them in the tube. And afterwards, everyone, in the shop, had a good laugh about it because it was like busted, the tattoo, but nobody actually watched me do it. And I couldn't even tell what I did wrong. Okay, nobody sits next to you and says like, hey, I noticed you're doing this, or, do this instead. They're in the other room, they're too busy with their own clients to give you the time of day, and I was lucky with my legs. Like I did a big tribal on my thigh, so I had plenty of open space to scribble and practice on. And then, you know, when I got to a proficient level of tattooing, I just blacked it all out. Now, a lot of apprentices don't actually go that route, and their legs are covered in trash tattoos. And, you know, they've got one of the ones all over their body and they're all jacked, okay? And once you run out of room on your own legs and anywhere else that you can reach, you move on to your friends. And on top of that, some studios won't even let you do free tattoos because it messes up the economics for the other artists. The moment that you start charging clients money for your tattoos, they become a lot less forgiving of mistakes, so your practice dries up exactly when you need it the most. And here's the messed up part, right? Most people get an apprenticeship because they want to be responsible, right? They don't want to leave a trail of destruction on people's skin while they learn, but you still kind of do. And the price is the emotional weight of that, right? Like a bad tattoo that you put on someone's body that they don't like, that they're stuck with forever because you were learning on them. There's a lot of guilt in that and nobody warns you about it. Now, so far what we've talked about is just what happens inside of the studio. What most people don't even account for is what happens to your life outside of the studio when you are an apprentice. Long story short, apprenticeships are unpaid, okay? You're gonna be working a lot of hours, which means you're gonna be broke the entire time, right up until the point where you're doing decent tattoos on actual paying customers. So, no money means that your diet is gonna look something like ramen noodles once or twice a day. There's not gonna be any gym memberships. You're not gonna have time to train anyway. Your diet's gonna go to shit. No exercise, sleep deprived. You get all out of shape and feel tired all the time. No time means that your friendships are gonna start to weaken. You're gonna become disconnected with your partner, but if you're lucky, they'll stick around. If you're not, then they won't. And then the loneliness creeps in, and that does real damage to your mental health. But don't just take it from me. This is a very commonly shared experience for many artists that have gone through the apprenticeship process. Meanwhile, you have to deal with the massive ego hit of watching everyone that you went to high school with surpass you. They're getting into relationships, buying houses, starting businesses, going on holidays, watching their kids grow up. Now that is absolutely going to do a number on your self-esteem. And you know, you're at the studio 50, sometimes 60 hours a week. And then when you come home, you're drawing Flash, posting on social media, and just consumes everything. And it usually breaks people right around the 1 year mark, and that's when most apprentices actually quit. I managed to white knuckle my apprenticeship for the first 4 years before I finally walked out the door. What I'm trying to get at here is that apprenticeships take payment in more than just one currency, which in my opinion can make them the most expensive route into tattooing that there actually is. Because, you know, the money and the time are not the only things that you pay with. It also takes your health, your relationships, your self-esteem, and your youth. And that last one's important because, you know, you can't really get that back once it's gone. But what happens when you actually leave your apprenticeship? This is the bit that a lot of artists don't actually tell you. When you get to the end of your apprenticeship, you would think that, you know, you at least walk out with what you build, right? Your, you know, client list, your equipment, your skills, your reputation, but not always. Let me explain what I mean, right? When you leave an apprenticeship, oftentimes you're considered like a traitor, right? You're told that you were nothing before you came to that studio, and they gave you everything. You're ungrateful for walking away from the opportunity to work for free for multiple years on end, and your career will obviously go nowhere without them. And if your mentor's a real dick, they will keep your equipment, machines, needles, inks. I was actually lucky. When I left, I took all my stuff out the night before. But yeah, the machine I did actually have to give back because, you know, here's a detail that nobody actually expects, that anything they gave you stops being a gift at that point when you leave, and that's kind of turns into a loan. You have to give it back. But yeah, they will absolutely definitely try to keep your clients as well, because that list of, you know, contacts in the front desk, that's belongs to the studio. Anyone that you've tattooed that doesn't personally follow your social media, they're gone, okay? And it does vary for shop to shop, but for the most part, this is generally how it goes. So after a couple of years, if you walk out, the only thing you keep is your skills, your reputation, and not really much else, okay? And here is the absolutely mental part. That's when your career actually starts. When you leave your first studio, okay, with a license, a portfolio, whatever clients follow you, that's the first day of your tattooing career. So what's the verdict? Are tattoo apprenticeships a scam or are they not? Okay, you clicked this video for a straight answer, so here it is. I don't think so. I don't think tattoo apprenticeship would be considered a scam because, a scam breaks its promise, right? The apprenticeship keeps its promise. It just didn't make the promise that you think that it made. It's not an education system per se. It's more of an endurance test, okay? With a little bit of education kind of leaking through. And to be fair, there are some genuinely good apprenticeships out there. There are mentors who actually teach their apprentices, but the problem is you got no way of knowing what you're going to get before you're a year or two in, okay? Even the great artists can run a terrible apprenticeship and you're basically rolling the dice with a couple of years of your life. And look, tattooing, it is a career where, basically the apprenticeship is like a boot camp. It just toughens you up. 1 hour on a good online course hands you information that you'd have to wait weeks or potentially months to be squeezed out of your mentor because nobody makes you prove your loyalty before you press the play button on a video and just gets served to you, okay? And then you practice it, you implement it, and you improve. And that does not take 4 years. The fastest I've ever seen someone go from never touching machine to having their first paying client is within 3 months. So yeah, I call an apprenticeship more of a gamble rather than a scam, okay? As long as you know exactly what it is that you're going to get, okay? It will deliver on that, okay? But just know that there's no other trade that works like this, okay? Sparky, plumber, carpenter, or any other apprenticeship comes with a curriculum, a wage, and this one comes with neither one of those. I'm telling you to know exactly what you're signing up for, okay? Before you throw a couple of years of your life on the table, because there's a much faster way in now, and the only one who benefits from you not knowing that is the shop that's getting your free labor. So now you know what actually happens inside of an apprenticeship and why so many people are just learning online instead. But learning online does actually create a new issue. So how do you actually get into a studio if you didn't come up through one, right? Because if you walk into a shop and you say the wrong thing, you'll absolutely get laughed out of the building, okay? Which is exactly why we've put a how to get into a tattoo shop module when you've learned online into the Artist Accelerator course. If you want to check that out, link is in the description just down below.